Good evening. Hello, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler here with Cosmic Connections. And I welcome you to the room. We get together on Wednesdays. We chat about the week you've had, and we chat about the week ahead using astrology, of course. And I also intersperse our time together with some spiritual messages. So I welcome you into the room. And so what we're talking about right now, we're heading towards the balsamic time of the Capricorn cycle. And that actually takes place tomorrow. Good evening, Rose and Paula. Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for being here. We've had our fireworks with the full moon. We've had our new moon. We've had our quarter moon earlier this week on the 25th, yesterday, Tuesday. That's when the sun and the moon did their last dance of tension and friction. It's called the last quarter. And hello, dear friends. Hello, Sherry and Jody. Thanks for being here. And if you are so inspired, please share this in real time. If not, that's okay too. When you share, your name goes into a little basket, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. That's actually in my kitchen, and well, I guess that's my prerogative to decorate with stars, right? That's and I think Jody might like my little moon too. Wink, wink. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for sharing, Rose. Well, I know most of you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much for sharing. Hi, Maria. I do these two cosmic connections on Wednesdays. The 8 o'clock is probably, I know most of you who come into the room. That's why I like to share and share the astrological wisdom. And then I will be going to Australia at 9. So I won't be talking about this at 9 o'clock because our friends and neighbors across the planet probably aren't still nursing a heartbreak like we are in Western New York. And you know what I'm speaking of. I have come late to the table of becoming a Bills fan. I mean, I always was, but now it's a lot more fun to understand the workings of the game. And from my point of view, the workings of the astrology of the players. So thank you so much for your kind comments on Facebook when I was doing a play-by-play according to the astrology. And yes, it was one of the most amazing games, apparently historically ever, right? In a playoff, when we had 13 seconds left and everything changed. And I think there's certainly a spiritual message there, right? That the moments of our lives can change up in a minute, and anything and everything can happen. So in my mind, and I'm sure in many of your hearts, the Bills are total winners. But one of the things I found really interesting when I was doing the workup astrologically, and it's easy for anyone to do, by the way. I mean, these amazing players, they have their wiki pages. You can find what their birthdays are. So I don't know the times of birth, but you can make a lot of astrological look-sees without a time of birth. That the two quarterbacks that were going at it magnificently and so skillfully both had Cancer moons. That mine, of course, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. So I was thinking about that. In Astrology 101, Cancer is the mother. Cancer is the protector. Cancer is the sweet, sensitive, psychic one. And I was talking to a good friend who I haven't talked to in a very long time, like 7 years. This is all coming into the astrology of the week, so stay with me with these stories, please. And he said, well, that's called, what was the term he used? I said, I think quarterbacks, when they're really great, have to be a little psychic. And he said, oh, yeah. And in the lingo of football, it's called field awareness. Field awareness. So isn't that interesting? Some of these fantastic quarterbacks share an emotional body, a moon sign in the same sign as each other. They have intuitive awareness. They have to see the forest and not just the trees. So that's my takeaway for watching that magnificent playoff game. And There's always next year. And with my other astrological colleagues out there, you know who you are. We're very excited because Saturn is back into Aquarius like it was in the glory days back in the mid-90s. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed for next year. And we have a fabulous team. And remember, the Cancer Moon quarterback, Mr. Josh Allen, who also, by the way, has the focus of a Taurus with his mind. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. He's got his Mercury and his Mars are in Taurus. So he's like really bullheaded when it comes to focus. He's there. He's present. And of course, he's a very talented Gemini sun. Fun stuff. Go Bills. How was your week? How are you all feeling? I was feeling great in terms of my little world, in terms of getting things accomplished, in terms of appreciating Mars going into Capricorn yesterday. So I had this big wave of getting productive. I was working on the Lunar Lights Club. Some of you are members of the Lunar Lights Club. I want to make that better. It's a subscription service that I offer to people with videos and so forth. And I'm preparing for my big class. I'm going to be teaching astrology again, a learn astrology class. So I was really productive yesterday. And I thought, why? Well, of course, Cassandra, I'm sharing this with you. And that's the question for the week. Have you felt a wave of productivity since Tuesday? I know it's just 48 hours, but we still have Mercury retrograde. But we had Mars moving into Capricorn yesterday, and then we had Mercury moving into Capricorn as well. So some of that focus that is exhibited all the time by Mr. Josh Allen, we were all kind of experiencing. I have a job, I have a task, I'm going to go do it no matter what. I'm going to stick to it and get the job accomplished. So that was the tone yesterday. Plus we had the moon in Scorpio squaring off with the sun. The moon was at 5 degrees of Scorpio, which is a gold rush. So did anyone else feel that sense of, get on my high horse and get things accomplished? It could have been cleaning out a closet. It doesn't have to be doing a project with work, but it would have had to do something to do with focus, aim, go for it. So I'll read the comments here. Hi, Nora. Hi, Lynn. Michelle. Good evening. Janice. Hi. Hello. You're very welcome. How's that Sir Tibbetts doing out there? Hi, Lexi, Christy. Oh, no. Oh, good. I'm glad it only lasted a day, sweetie. You want to check where perhaps maybe where Capricorn falls in your chart. Hello, sister. Scorpio and everybody. Hi, Terry, Elizabeth. My foot's very much better. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm still not able to drive. So I'm driving my kids crazy. I need this, I need that, I need this from the store. But that's the positive thing about living with people, right? And they're good people. So I'm lucky that way, right? Oh, how interesting, Patricia McGann. Many foot players were Pisces. How interesting. I love applying this astrology everywhere, but that could very well be. I also have heard that professional hockey players, I think, are Aquarius, but who knows? But thank you for that. Hi there, Susan. Hi, Sherry, Christy. It was an incredible game. Oh, my gosh. Hello, Lindell. 49ers. All right. Hi there. Hi, Susie from Wisconsin. Hello, Christy from Niagara Falls. Hello, Jill. Jill, I just got what you sent me just 2 seconds ago. I couldn't digest it, but we're going to talk about that. We might be talking about that next week. Keep on sending me stuff, Jill, sister of my like-mindedness. Hi, Lynn. Heartbreaking. Absolutely. Hi, Jan. Lovely to see all of you. So that's the question. Has anyone been struck with a sense I've got to get things done? And have you been able to do it in the past 48, 24 hours? Okay. So if you were, Lexi, is everything okay? Someone is mentioning Lexi. Okay. Past week has been awful for you. Yes. Prayers that things are better for you too, sweetheart. Well, we're going to talk about that too. Okay. So let's talk about the generic stuff that's in the room that may be causing some distress for each of us individually. Just a comment, you may have been feeling a little bit more focused on your activities in the past 24 hours, but I want to talk about two things tonight. I want to talk about the balsamic moon, which is the letting go moon, the letting go and letting God moon, which starts tomorrow, and let me give you the exact time for that. The letting go moon is going to be, did I say tomorrow? I meant, yeah, I did mean tomorrow. At 3:47 afternoon on Thursday, 3:47 in the afternoon on Thursday, our lovely moon goes into a balsamic dance with the sun. And I want to talk about Venus going direct on Friday. And I have had a lot of people express in the month of January that they were feeling as though their life was turned upside down and all around, and that the structures in their lives, and sometimes in one instance I can think of off the top of my head, someone's mom passed, people were getting sick, people were losing their jobs, a lot of distressing information from many people regarding the structure and the security of their lives. It was as if they were going into a blender and everything was like being chucked around and upside down. Please understand, I'm going to first talk about the Venus retrograde. Venus, the planet of love, money, abundance, and so forth, has been in Capricorn in a retrograde formation. I think anyone even new to astrology knows that the retrograde means the planet appears to be going backwards from the Earth. It's not really going backwards. It's kind of a astronomical consideration. And so since the 19th of December, Venus has been doing her Venus dance, and she's been going backwards in the sky. And then on January 8th in the evening, I think it was 7:48 in the evening, Venus and the sun lined up at perfect alignment, and that's called a Venus star point. So, friends, wherever you find 16 degrees of Capricorn in your chart, I can always help you with this, but wherever you find it, that is the litmus test in 2022 of identifying and illuminating that which makes your heart sing, your heart's desire, because that was the degree of the Venus star point, right? So with the degree of the Venus star point, she's still going backwards, but then she completes this leg of her journey on Friday. And when she completes her leg of the journey, it's as if the tools to produce our heart's desire begin to manifest. So, you know, the old saying, you can have everything and anything you want in God's time, and you can have everything you want, but not always at the same time. So this is the time right now when we're talking right now tonight, when we're still identifying what it is that really makes your heart sing. And you may have gotten a download on January 8th, was a Saturday night around 7:48 in the evening. And then the next leg of the journey takes place on Friday. And the time of that, when Venus goes direct in the sky, will be taking place at 3:46 in the morning. So I guess you'll be sleeping. I mean, I don't know. I might not be sleeping, which reminds me of something else I want to share with you. But Saturday the 29th, this is all Eastern Standard Time, by the way, Venus goes direct at 11 degrees of Capricorn. And 11 degrees of Capricorn is the Sabian symbol of pheasants. Yeah, you know, a field of pheasants. They're game birds, right? Pheasants. And one interpretation of that is birds are messengers. So let's be open when we wake up on Saturday, because it takes place very early on Saturday. Let's be very aware of our dreams when we go to bed on Friday night. And then at 3:46 in the morning, maybe we'll wake up with a dream that gives us some sort of message about how to implement the tools to create our heart's desire. So that's going on. But in the previous many weeks, since December 19th, with Venus retrograde, we may have been feeling unsteady, unsure, and a little weirded out by all the changes in our lives. All right. So that's still kind of going on. It's not Saturday yet. Remember, astrology is moment by moment by moment. So meanwhile, for the rest of the week, because these planets are in Capricorn, and Mars is now in Capricorn, and Mercury is now in Capricorn, and Venus is in Capricorn, and Pluto is in Capricorn. We are feeling this urgency to re-stabilize our lives through hard work and effort. And sometimes that can't take place, right? Because we're facing authoritarian structures out there that telling us that whom or which tell us no. Now, I'm not getting down any particular pathway. It's just that's what Capricorn says. Capricorn is the man, the boss, the elite, the infrastructure that says, rightfully so, if there's a red light, you don't go through the red light. All right, it's rules and regulations. So all of these planetary energies in Capricorn are reminding us to do what? To play by the rules and have faith, even though the goal of the manifestation is a little bit out of reach. Venus is still retrograde, but to keep on trying and fight the good fight. There's so much going on in the world, and I want to direct your attention to something which really struck me, and it's a new movie that came out just a couple of days ago. If you have Netflix, you know it's a 3-hour investment. The name of the flick is called The Puppet Masters. The Puppet Masters. It's about a very notorious con man who is still at large, by the way. He was arrested, and he was let go on a technicality. We're talking about a con man beyond con man. But really, at the essence of the story is that human beings can be fooled by people who play the role of something they're not. This young man, I think he's still in his 30s. He's relatively early young. He literally seduced, to the best of my knowledge, about 5 women, telling them that he is an MI5 spy in the British system, and he was going to protect them, and he dragged them around Europe to protect them, and he was so convincing that they were in trouble and in danger that he extorted money from their parents to the tune of almost $1 million. This is how he lived. So it's a very good expose on the activities of power, manipulation, and control. And it's a very good Capricorn film. I always look at films in the context of what's happening astrologically. So it happened to come out about a week ago, but give a listen to it, because my takeaway is that I have been conned in my life back in 1998 by someone who was not whom he appeared to be. And I fell hook, line, and sinker. And I think the message is good people don't see darkness very well because they're good. They presume when someone tells you something that's their truth, that it's believable. So I mention that because this is in the context of the energy we're still trudging through. What's real? What's not real? Whom are we to trust amongst the authority figures out there? And that's been, of course, the biggest message of the past 2 years, since January 12th of 2020. All right. Back to your own life, which is everything that I just said, but even more so. By Friday and Saturday, when Venus goes direct, you may want to dust off old projects you put on hold and really get intent on finishing things up. This is a productive week, even though it's still balsamic. Balsamic says, get in touch with the God of your understanding, let go and be serene in getting the guidance, really consciously align to what is going on in the spiritual field that we all share, and be serene, peaceful, and accept what guidance you receive. So dust off those old projects, get those going this weekend. Saturday is kind of a joyous time. It really is. We're feeling pretty joyful because that's Venus retrograde that's been retrograding since December 19th is finally steady Eddie. So we are feeling a little bit more relieved at some of the chaos that we've been experiencing collectively and individually. And then on Sunday, the moon is lined up with Mercury and Pluto, very intense day, but emotionally we can finish up some projects, especially projects that are about infrastructure. So the infrastructure of cleaning your house, of taking care of perhaps decluttering. I finally got my Christmas tree down this past week. It was a little difficult with a busted up shoe or foot, but thank goodness for friends. So all of that happening. But I want to focus now on the balsamic energy of the moon. That's tomorrow. This balsamic moon, if you're a Sagittarius moon, or Sagittarius sun, or the Sagittarius part of your chart, that's being ignited and illuminated between tomorrow and the new moon. Our new moon is on the 2nd, if you are in Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, it's on the 1st. So we have a new moon, friends. Devote yourself to finishing up tasks between now and February 1st. We not only have the new moon, but it's the beginning of the Lunar New Year. And check out my friends who are into the wonderful Chinese calendar, right? Like Reverend Dr. Patricia Bell and Linda Elson, people who are experts with the Chinese New Year. Is going to be the year of the water tiger. All right, so that's above my pay grade, but it's a brand new beginning on the 1st of February. So between tomorrow and February, finish up old tasks and use the energy of the moon in Sagittarius, which its meaning is, the Sabian symbol is, within the depths of the earth, new elements are being formed. Within your psyche, new elements are being formed, new beliefs, new goals, a new sense of reality, taking all the elements that you want to manifest in your life and be strong and align yourself with the God of your understanding to receive pressure that can reconfigure some of your goals. Okay. Your Sag moon is really important for you, Kathy. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for that explanation, Elizabeth. You guys stick around. And in fact, we'll start the spiritual messages in just one moment. I'm going to go through all the signs first, and then I do my basket for the winners of the sharing contest. And then I'll be doing some random spiritual messages. Some of you have been decluttering. You need something joyful. Yeah, Saturday is going to be a much better day. Hi, Peter. Welcome. And please let me know if you would like to receive a spiritual message, which will be starting in about 4 minutes. Okay, Kat. Hi, God bless you, Kat, being here. Hi, Debbie, Michelle. You're going through that now. Absolutely understood. What a game. Yes, you've been a Bills fan. It was very crazy. Zigzag of emotions. Yep. And actually, I think there was a zigzag in the astrology chart for that particular day. Yes. Wendy Harmony. Yes. It looks like we are done with the mask mandate. Okay. But keep in mind, we're still in balsamic. There's an appeal going on, unless I missed the news. Again, we're talking about local news here, unless I missed the news correctly. So I guess I'm finger crossing. I don't know. I learned in medical school that, these masks don't do much, but what am I? I'm not a doctor. I'll just leave it at that. But, I have no problems with anyone masking up if they feel more comfortable. Hello from Florida, Darlene. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Michelle. Hello. Although, good. Married like a message. It's not Erie County. Thank you, Retta. Okay, just let me know if you want some messages. Catalina, hello. Thank you. Nice to see you, Patty. Yes. I'm going to go through all the signs. Oh, by the way, this Venus direct is big news. It goes direct on Saturday, like I said. That's when things begin to get a little bit more joyful, a little bit more secure. And if your mind has been squirreling, going around and upsy downsies and all over the place, it's because Mercury's been retrograde. It too goes direct, but that goes direct on February 2nd, very late in the day. So by February 3rd, there's another exhale. I can get my work done. This has been a fantastic time for meditation, interior discussion, mindfulness, and this type of thing, my dear friends. But we've been feeling a little, like we're on a boat that's rocking a lot, I think. That's one analogy. So when these retrogrades are finished by next week, I'm going to talk about next week, the new moon, and how to set your intentions. I'm going to do a class tomorrow. If you guys want to go to any of my classes, please come. I'm going to do a class tomorrow night. I would love to see you. Everyone gets a reading in the class. It is what we do. I do your charts, and we talk about the astrology of the day. It's on my products page. Come to the class tomorrow. If any of you want to learn astrology, I don't do this often, but I do this thoroughly. I do a class called Learn Astrology, and darn it, I'm a very hard teacher. I make you learn astrology, and that takes place on February 8th. I have about 4 spots left. That's it. Because when it's closed, it's closed. I keep it very intimate. Please join in if you want. It's under products page, or you can always text me for information on that. Sometimes it takes me a while to get back to you, but that's my phone number. Let's do the astrology of the week. Ta-da! For Aries or Aries rising, this balsamic Sagittarius moon, elements forming deep within, are forming within you Aries people's sense of expansion and your need for something different, your need to explore or travel or communicate your truth. Has anyone been feeling a little muzzled the past 2 years? Like sometimes you're afraid to communicate what you believe because it might offend somebody, you might get canceled. Oh, I did. I have. True story. All I said in June of 2020 was I thought it was cool that the Supreme Court said we could go to church, and I got lambasted. Really? It hurts my sensitivity, but not really. I'm still a Scorpio underneath it. But for you Aries people, you're going to be speaking your truth with such ferocity this week. You're going to know that you have an opinion, and it's your opinion, and speak your truth. And that's a very empowering thing, even if people don't like it. That's for our Aries people. For Taurus or Taurus rising, it's all about you spending time to embolden your own personal sense of power. Now, what's power in astrology? Power is only power if it's transforming and helping another. So the Tauruses are going to be making stock of their finances and helping other people very well as well this week with that beautiful balsamic time of the year. For Gemini or Gemini rising, all eyes are on you with your relationships. So the Gemini or Gemini rising is going to be saying to themselves, I really like this person, but is this person going to be with me in the long run? What type of relationship do I really want? And that's going to be able to be more crystal clear to our Geminis as the week comes to a close. For Cancer or Cancer rising, it's all about self-care, taking care of your diet and your nutrition and your exercise and doing whatever you can to become a lot more healthier. All right. So, and passionately forming new elements within yourself. Oh, I've been thinking about eating right, but I haven't gotten around to it. Well, Cancer, this is your week to do it. For Leo or Leo rising, have a little fun, play, set your agenda to watch one of those movies or go to a sporting event. If you're in New York State, you have to be vaxxed, but go to something fun outside, Leo, okay? To have some fun somehow. Make that your priority. If you're Virgo or Virgo rising, this energy is about your home, your family, your sense of organization, feeling more comfortable in your own skin. For Libra or Libra rising, this is also about you communicating this week, but it's also about you taking charge of your timetable. Sometimes, friends, time and money are interchangeable, right? For the Libras this week, you're supposed to say to others, no, if I don't have time, and yes to the things you want to do. So change up your schedule, my dear Libras or Libra risers. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this particular energy is asking you to take stock of your multiplicity of skills. Scorpio, sometimes you sell yourself short, and not this week. Really celebrate who you are and your multiple ideas and plans, and write them all down. And if, really celebrate you. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, you're stepping into this week when you're really expressing a sense of freedom that you haven't felt for over 2 years. That you're going to be saying to yourself, it's time that maybe I just get out of my own way and plan something new for my life. Plan a trip, plan to go back to school, whatever that might be. A heart's desire becomes articulated for our Sagittarians. For Capricorn, it's a time to rest. This is a very strong time for you to rest, release, relax, meditate, dream, be okay with not being so productive. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this is a week for you to spend time with your friends and reach out to people. You might hear from people you haven't heard from in a long time. That's partially the Venus retrograde. When I was telling you about my friend who told me about field vision with quarterbacks, I hadn't heard from this wonderful man for, 7 years. So all of us may have been having that experience since the end of December. Especially it's true for the Aquariuses this week. And last but never least is our beautiful Pisces friends. This is the week you start seeing the big picture. Dream the big dream, Pisces, for your career. Don't settle for mundane. Don't settle for less. Shoot for the stars. If you hit the sun or the moon, that's good enough, right? So, all right. There you go. I'm glad you like the melody. I like having fun with them. This is so Reader's Digest, right? But there's often a lot of semblance of truth with these little horoscopes. Let's do some spiritual mediumship. Oh my, I'm 3 minutes late to doing that because I'm not going to be here all night because I have to go to Australia in 25 minutes. But before I do that, I want to pick a winner for you guys. So generously sharing. Thank you for generously sharing. Okay, the winner. I know you won before, Jill, but let's face it, you are a very faithful sharer. Jilly, well, you have to see it. I was doing it backwards. So Jill O'Hara, I'll contact you later. I think you're a late night girl. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a chit chat too. And I know you have, I know you're a member of the Lunar Lights Club, so I'll give you some other present, okay, like a numerology report, or we'll see what we can do. Okay. All right. Thank you, my dear friends. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light and truth and inspiration and healing for the highest and best. As we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit, I just close my eyes. I let my index finger randomly select one of your names. And then if you accept the message, I'll give it. Okay. Melody, Marie. My finger came to you, honey. Are you still in the room? Melody Marie. Yay. Okay, my dear. All right. So as I'm stepping into your energy, wow, I'm seeing a lot of that the Sabian symbol for the balsamic, which starts tomorrow. The elements are being formed under the earth and new things are being sprouted. Use this week, my dear friend, for crystallizing and working on. I'm getting 3 different projects, and I want to say these are spiritual projects. They could be spiritual classes, spiritual initiatives that you want to share with people. And Spirit is telling me that you sometimes get inspiration when you're driving. Okay, when you're driving from place to place and you're running errands, all of a sudden you get like, all right, Spirit. And then you don't remember to write it down because you're driving. You're not supposed to write things down when you're driving. But Spirit says there's something about the act of taking little drives. That melody hears the melodies of the spheres of the earth and the planets, and you get inspired. There's something that you've been thinking about doing, but you're a little shy or weren't sure how to do this because, of course, we're still in the CV crisis and it's hard to find space, but you have found some space to do some projects. and it's working out for you, but you want some bigger space. This is what I'm hearing. And so you will get this answer, again, spiritual classes, spiritual initiatives, helping to empower others. You have so much to share, and you ain't seen nothing yet, Melody. And we haven't seen that. Melody hasn't, she's got so much to offer, is what they're telling me. And I'm getting something to do with a break sometime this summer, and it's with the ocean. Whether you go away to the ocean, or it's the eastern coast ocean. It could be as close as, Cape Cod, or it could be, I'm being North Carolina ocean, actually. So I see that there's going to be another incubation period when you're by the ocean, and it feels like it's early in the season where you get some more downloads. The other thing I want to say to you, Melody, has to do with I want to say that you had a lot of wonderfully teaching moments, even when you were very young, which cracked open. And I don't know if you know where your Chiron is in your chart. Now, I think I've actually looked at your chart. Of course I have, but I'm getting a spiritual read about your Chiron. If I mention it to you, or if you know your chart, honey, look to where Chiron is, because the egg was cracked when you were young, that you have had so many challenging experiences, which makes you infinitely compassionate to other people. All right. So you know how to do this, is what I'm getting from Spirit. You know how to use your pain and your healing and turn it around and help others. And I'm getting a dog in Spirit for you too. This is a dog way back when. This is when you were a little girl. And the dog was a little bit of a mutt. He was a mixed breed, and very, very charming, loved everybody. But it was like your first pet, I guess. And you were totally enamored with him. I don't know if you have a dog now, but I get dog energy with you, that it might be time for another pooch. I'll leave that with God's blessings, Melody. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Okay, leave that with God's blessings. All right. Hi, Cassie. Okay. I'll close my eyes. Okay. All right. I am with Jody Kiss. Hello, Jody. My finger stopped with you. Are you still in the room? Would you like a message, honey? Would you like a message? That's your wicked. Hi, Kate Powers. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Christy. I give all sorts of readings, Christy, and this is what I do for a living. If you guys really want a real reading, you can always book with me. I think I'll put my thing on here. This is what I do all day long, and I consider it an absolute honor to work with people. And these days, I'm just doing Zoom for the next 2 weeks, so you don't have to be in Western New York. All right. Okay. All right. Are you still there, Miss Jody? Jody. Hi, Shirley. Hi, GW. Hello, Jessica. Okay. Hi, Nora. Okay. Thank you for the kind words, Kate and Melody. Thank you. I think maybe Jody's gone in the other room. Okay. I'm going to do one more here. Okay. All right. Jan Noel. And Jan, I think I've come to you before. I'm not sure. Jan Noel. Hi, Laddie. Hi, Crystal. Hi, James. Hi, Carrie. You're never late. Okay, Jan is accepting with gratitude. All right, my dear, I'd like to come to you as I'm tuning into your energy. I'm very aware of you being crafty, that you know how to do things, you know how to fix things, how to work with material, you know how to make a beautiful spread. There's a lot of Libra. I get Libra or Cancer energy in your chart. I'm not saying you are a Libra. I'm not saying you are a Cancer, but you know how to create beautiful environments within your home, Jan. And there's a part of you that's feeling very frustrated, I feel, because recently there's been either something blocking you from interconnecting. It might be family, it might be where you're living or something, but things are a mess or in a myth, and you want to get back to that stability. I'm thinking it's the Venus retrograde. And I think that once we get to this weekend, you get a hold of your environment within your home and you're able to bring the harmony back to it. I mean, you have an artistic temperament and you're very sensitive. You need to have a sense of harmony around you, right? And Jan, as I'm tuning into you also, I'm aware of this lineage in your DNA of beautiful women who and it even skipped generations. All right, so there was your mom who was a little bit, didn't have maybe the same talent as you, but your grandmother did, and a great aunt did, who liked to fix with flowers and colors and design. I just want to encourage that sense of beauty and balance with you, Jan. All right, and this is the year when you're obligated to do certain things with family members. That's your lot right now. But to keep that theme alive of the color, the artistic concern, and beautifying. It might even be like changing up the curtains in the home or something along these lines. Does this make sense at all, Jan? And it's okay if it doesn't, then that's fine. But I want to say that what I'm getting from Spirit specific to you is that there's been that frustration. You can't express that artistic or creative side to you. All right. The other thing I want to say for you, Jan, is be more gentle with yourself. Please don't compare yourself to others, is the word that's coming to mind, that you have a lot of obligations. I don't know if it's children or just family members. You're doing the do right now. You have to put those blinders on and do what needs to be done. And things are going to lighten up and brighten up. And sometimes you have to ask for help. I get the lineage of the females again. And I feel it's an aunt, a great aunt, or a aunt or a grandmother that are coming in here who are just kind of like these characters who always had this fun, creative side to them that you look like or take after. All right. Okay, it's not making sense at all. Okay, I'm sorry about that, Jen. I want that feedback. Let me kind of look at your name and go a little deeper here. The frustration that I'm picking up from you has to do with the environment itself, that you're trying to order things in a more harmonious way, Jan. Or maybe that you just do that, and when things get out of sync, it makes you feel a little uncomfortable. Does that make sense? And as we go into the new year, when Venus goes direct, I don't know how much astrology you know, but when Venus goes direct on Saturday, you'll feel this enormous weight. And I think it's something as simple as de-Christmasing or de-holiday, taking care of the holidays and taking them down. You are a person of precision and a person that likes to have that order and beauty around her. All right. So that's what I want to leave you with. And I'm getting, again, there are women in your legacy who are like that as well. Beautiful women who are gracious and kind and had that artistic eye, and that you have that gift within you as well. All right, friends. Oh my goodness, it's getting late. I have to slip out now. If you want to stop in at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency platform, I'll be there in 10 minutes, and I'll be doing more spiritual messages as well. Okay. How you do the chart, just contact me, Jan. Ideally, you know your time of birth, But even without that approximation, birth date and birth city. Sharing is caring. And thank you so much for sharing, my dear friends, and just being here. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week or maybe in 10 minutes. God bless. Bye-bye.